One of my earliest memories as a child is growing up in Montana, and there was always a big tin can of Hooflex in the barn. And our farriers used it, the feedlot cowboys used it, and the guys out on the ranch. And they could count on that product working to help maintain a healthy hoof on those horses, because if they weren't healthy and sound, they couldn't do their job. And that holds true today with our competition horses, and it's just an honor for me to represent this product because it's still the same and it's still effective and it's the best there is on the market. The can's changed a little bit, but the formula inside holds true today. So not only does Absorbine still make the original Hooflex, the tried and true formula, but they've also added, as in true Absorbine fashion, always looking to improve their products and make things better. They have the natural liquid now with this handy little applicator brush on the screw top, as well as the therapeutic conditioner, which helps assist with antibacterial and antifungal properties. So for the application of the original Hooflex ointment, I like to use the hoof pick brush. And it's handy, you need to have their feet clean anyway, so the hoof pick portion of that is handy to have right there. But it also is a good applicator for the ointment itself. So I just like to scrape that brush against the ointment, kind of get it full, and then apply it starting at the coronary band or the hairline, and just massage it in with that stiff bristled brush. You can also use your own hands, which it's good moisturizer for your own skin. It's just a little messy. Depending on the conditions your horse lives in, I recommend using Hooflex 2 to 3 times per week. Obviously cold, dry, hot and dry, they have different effects on the horse's hooves as well as their diet. So just as a general rule of thumb, we use it twice a week here in Arizona. And it's important to not only get the Hooflex into the hairline, but also on the sole of the foot. So I always like to massage it into the heel bulbs and along the sole and the frog. And just a nice smooth coating. You don't have to glob it on there, but just make sure everything's coated quite nicely. It helps provide a moisture barrier to keep the natural moisture in the hoof in balance. To add to Absorbine's already a very effective line of hoof care products, they now have added the Hooflex therapeutic and natural conditioners. They come in this convenient bottle with a brush attached to the handle. Makes ease of application and a cleanly process, as well as the differences with the therapeutic has antibacterial as well as antifungal properties, and the natural hoof conditioner is an excellent product just as a 2 to 3 times per week basis to maintain that healthy moisture balance in your horse's hooves. For application of any of the hoof care products, it's most important to start with a clean hoof. So I like to use a hoof pick, make sure that that animal's foot is clean of debris, manure. It's also a good time for you to check for any thrush along the frog. And if you're not familiar, thrush will cause a black line to run down the side of that frog, and it's almost like athlete's foot where it disrupts the integrity of the hoof from the bottom. So we get any of that loose debris, and then with the nice new easy applicator this therapeutic conditioner comes with, I just apply a light coat on the sole and around the frog. I always like to do the bottom of the hoof first. That way you're not getting hoof conditioner all over your pants or your hands while you're working. Once the bottom of the hoof is coated properly, then I like to go back with a nice amount of hoof conditioner and start at the hairline. Just kind of massage that liquid into the hairline. It's good to go up with your bristles on the brush. Make sure that you get all the way to the top of that hairline. That's where the moisture barrier is for for the horse's hoof. So that's the most important place to keep conditioner. It sure doesn't hurt to have it down along the hoof wall, around the nail heads, and just helps maintain that natural moisture balance. As part of our daily care around the barn, we pay extra attention to the horse's hooves, making sure that they're clean, free of debris, and that there's no bacterial or fungal infections developing that may need attention. If there is, our go-to is thrush remedy from Hooflex. So the best way to tell if your horse has thrush is when you're cleaning it out, it will be easy to spot along the sides of the frog. So using your hoof pick, I like to follow the line of the frog down inside the hoof and dig up in the heels, and you'll notice soft, black, squishy material with a real foul odor. This mare doesn't have thrush in particular, but she does have some moisture pockets in there, and so that would be a good place to initiate the thrush remedy to prevent any infection, either fungicidal or bacteria. As part of our general hoof care, when cleaning out a horse's feet, I like to have thrush remedy by Hooflex on hand, just in case we notice some abnormalities in the bottom of the horse's hoof that might lead to problems of thrush or white line disease. And you can see I've already cleaned this hoof out a little bit, but you want to dig down in there between the sole of the foot and the frog, and if there's any signs of thrush, it's going to be a soft, black, very foul odor, and kind of a material that's easily flakes out of the hoof. And this mare doesn't have thrush per se, but there are some moisture pockets in here in the heels, so that's a spot where I would apply the thrush remedy. It doesn't stain, it doesn't sting. Just drop a little bit on both sides of the frog, and then I like to hold the hoof up so that you get a nice even coverage of liquid along both sides of the frogs, especially up here close to the heel bulbs where the tendencies are to have those moisture pockets. Hold it there for, say, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds, let it kind of soak in, and then you're good to go.